this is Nanette Hosenfeld with the Great Basin Smoke Dispersion Briefing for Monday, December 9th, 2019. Looking at precipitation over the past 14 and 30 days, you can see that precipitation has been well above normal across much of the Great Basin. Really, almost all of Utah and Nevada have seen above normal precipitation over the past 14 days. It's been a bit drier further north into Idaho, and you can see that both over the past 14 days and the past 30 days. Looking at snow over the past 72 hours, you can see some pretty good snow totals across the higher terrain of central Utah and Nevada into Idaho. Looking at snow reports up to 2 to 3 feet in some areas, so pretty good snowfall over the past 72 hours in the area. Looking at snow depth on the right, still mostly the higher elevations that are seeing that snow on the ground, but as we move further north, a little better snow coverage, as you can see. The satellite this morning shows a northerly flow across the area with high pressure just off to our west. So looking at today with that high pressure in place, we are looking at port affair ventilation indices across the area. Not looking too great today as far as mixing. Looking at those transport winds, you can see really light transport winds expected as well as low mixing heights. As we move into Tuesday, still keeping that high pressure in place across the area, leading to really port affair mixing across the area. Again, really light transport winds and low mixing heights on Tuesday. Moving into Wednesday, we may see a little bit of improvement across parts of Nevada, but still port affair ventilation indices across the entire area on Wednesday. And that's again due to those light transport winds and low mixing heights that are pretty typical for this time of year. So looking at the Utah Forecast Clearing Index from the National Weather Service in Salt Lake, again, you can see really poor mixing is expected for the next few days. We're looking at a dry period through about Thursday. Not much in precipitation is expected across the Great Basin. Looking at Thursday, we will begin to see some moisture moving into the Great Basin from the west. We'll start to see some precipitation, which could help those ventilation indices, but that ventilation index forecast is not available, as you can see. So moving to Friday, that moisture remains in place across the Great Basin, moving off to the east, so we will see a decrease in precipitation on Friday. Again, probably looking at another day of fair mixing across the Great Basin. And finally on Saturday, looking at a weather system moving through the area that could help to improve mixing, especially across the southern part of the Great Basin where those transport winds should be a bit higher. And then finally on Sunday, we should see a pretty fair mixing across the area with the weather system in place. Looking at precipitation accumulations for Saturday and Sunday, you can see the northern part of the Great Basin is expected to see some precipitation falling. We are going to see snowfall in much of the northern part of the Great Basin, and some of the higher elevations will see over an inch of water. Finally, in the 8 to 14 day period, the Climate Prediction Center is calling for below normal temperatures across the entire Great Basin, as well as above normal precipitation. So for any of you skiers, snowboarders out there, if this is the case, it's pretty good news moving into the middle of December. So that's it. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact us. Our information is on the screen, and you can also find us on Twitter. Thank you.